was really sick and I nearly died. I don't tell people because they get weird, but I don't think you'll get weird.
No.
I'm just scared all the time. They just expect me to be normal and get on with life.
There's no such thing as normal. Just being a human being is hard.
Hi, welcome to the Bedroom Movie Club. I'm Charlie.
My name's Ben.
And I'm their mum.
And in this of our last Christmas specials, we are talking about the 2019 classic Last Christmas. What? Directed by Paul Feig, who done Bridesmaids, Spy, The Heat, and was written by Emma Thompson.
Yeah, they're all good films, aren't they? Bridesmaids and The Heat and all that.
It stars Emma Thompson, who's in Sense and Sensibility, Love Actually, The Young Ones.
Nanny McPhee.
The Young Ones, is that like a third credit?
Yes, she was Miss Money Sterling in Bambi, wasn't she? The Bambi episode.
Yeah, the University Challenge thing, yeah.
And what is the chemical equation?
I've got a Porsche.
Yes, well, that's not exactly what I've got written on the card, but I knew your father, so footlights see by 25.
Daddy sends hugs.
I'm completely bloody sick of this!
Emilia Clarke, who's in Game of Thrones, Me Before You, and Terminator Genesis. Michelle Yeoh, who's won an Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. She's in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sunshine, Tomorrow Never Dies. And Henry Golding, who's in The Gentleman and Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
So, Ben, what's it about?
Well, it's about a young girl who sort of get lost and finding her way.
Spoiler alerts, by the way.
Spoiler alert, yeah. She meets a man, she keeps seeing this bloke, keeps turning up. She's sort of spiralling out of control. She sort of starts falling for this bloke. And then it turns out, basically, that this bloke is a ghost. He's dead. And the reason he's got a connection with her is because she's got his heart. Because she had an accident, and I know he had an accident. She was on a heart transplant list, and he was run over, I think, near Christmas. And then he got her heart, which is actually a really sort of sad bit in it, really. It actually made me cry when I watched that bit. When I see that bit for the first time. I didn't see it coming.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
No, it's a good twist.
Didn't you see that coming? No, it was a good twist though. It was. So you can see, you know, there's something.
But apparently that was all spoilt in the trailer.
Why?
Because they revealed that he was a ghost in the trailer.
I mean, that's stupid.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the trailer then. So
No,
I didn't know that. When I watched the film, because you went and see it, didn't you, in the cinema?
Yeah.
And
And I loved it.
yeah, well, she's actually loves George Michael, and she's lucky enough she actually met George Michael a few times, didn't you?
Yeah.
So do you want to explain that? Because some people might be interested to hear that.
I will not believe you, and they want to fact check it. Times and dates.
Oh, no, I can't do that. Probably in
Late 80s, wasn't it?
1988 at the Limelight on Shaftesbury Avenue in their library there.
The VIP.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, the library.
What was it called, the library?
I don't know.
And what was it? You had
I was to do with a chauffeur company at the time, and my friend wound me up and said, go and give George one of your cards. And I expected him to be obnoxious because that's how the press always, made you think. And he was the loveliest person I've ever met.
yeah. But you met him a few times, didn't you?
Yeah.
How many times did you say you met him? About 3 times in there?
Yeah. Quite a few times.
And it turns out you're both born on the same day, and you're both the same Chinese star sign as well.
A little bit older.
Yeah. But no, you've always said that. Because I know when you said about that when I remember when we was kids, and I said I'll get his autograph, and you was like, no, I ain't going to ask for bloody things like that because it just makes you look stupid.
Yeah, I don't think you.
No, you wouldn't need to. At this day and age, as you said, if you'd had cameras, you would have got a selfie with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the extent of what I would ever do. If I met someone and I was really starstruck and I thought they seem approachable, I think I would just say, I am a big fan of you. Any chance I can have a photo of you? that is it. I would never ask them for an autograph because it's like anyone can fake autographs, can't they, Ben?
No, I used to do it. Remember, actually, that time when you met him, it would have been when he just left Wham and he'd just done his Faith album, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that was that transition.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing album. He was definitely, I'd say, he's one of my favourite artists of all time. He's just amazingly talented, and you just didn't realise exactly how great he was until he's gone, basically. Because then you also find out all the stuff of all the charity stuff that he done when he died, which he never bragged about. He never opened his mouth. It's only when he died.
No, he could have got them off his back.
Yeah,
all the press off his
back. The press was horrible to him.
I do remember though when I was a kid on Capital, normally they had Help a London Child.
Yeah,
and every year it would be like a big. They were doing various things, raising the money, and at the end of it, every year George Michael would phone up and say, "Right, so how much have you raised? I'm going to double it," and he'd double it.
Yeah. But he'd done so much other stuff that he said he'd done it with the condition. He goes, I don't want to be mentioned. Where he could have been one of these celebrities that have gone, oh, I want everyone to know that I've done these things. And it only came out after he died that people started saying, he done this for me, he done this for me. And then they realised that the press was just a horrible, nasty bastards, really, for the way they hounded him.
So this film was inspired by his song Last Christmas, wasn't it?
And he actually got to see, because Emma Thompson started writing it in 2010, and so he knew he knew about the film, he knew the storyline, so he knew what it was going to be. He never actually got to actually see the film because he died in 2016.
When did the film come out?
2019.
Ah.
But so he never got to see it, but he knew about it and he was excited about it. He
Wasn't
knew the
it
twist.
supposed to have been his idea? Basically, and sort of.
Oh, it's like Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart.
Yeah, but it's sad because he died on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
which is
he probably would have chose to die on Christmas Day because he loved Christmas, didn't he?
Yeah,
he done a few Christmas songs.
Yeah,
3 that I can think of he was on because it was Last Christmas, Band Aid, and December Song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking of the third one. I was thinking of that one. Yeah, no, but this film though. I mean, I know. So, what is your opinions of the film though, Chuck? 'Cause I know Mum loves it.
Well,
I actually really like it.
What do you think?
Well, I love it. I mean, I love George Michael. I love it. His songs are all the way through it. I like the story. I like the girl in it. I like the mother, Emma Thompson. I think she's brilliant.
Yeah.
I like them all. It is
very woke. It's quite woke. But even though it's woke, and I don't usually like woke stuff, I actually still like it. And I think it's just got a nice. It's got the twist in it, makes it nice, and it is quite like box ticking a lot of stuff. But you know what? I still really like the film, and I think it's a film that I could sit and watch again. You know, so it's up now. Charlie's probably got the complete opposite opinion to us with that. So come on, Charlie.
Listen, it's not the worst film in the world.
Oh, okay.
I love
next
it.
week on bench. Right. Well, yeah. My opinion of it is, I when I first watched it, she got on my nerves. I'll be honest with you.
You like her in Game of Thrones, don't you, Emilia Clarke?
Yeah, I do. I think she's a good actress and she's fit. But I'm saying her character in it, who was a slapper, really. Having one night stands, meeting people, sleeping around.
Well, she's just like what the youth of today's like now, anyway.
But she fell off.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
She was in a bad. She was obviously spiraling like in a bad way, though, wasn't she?
Yeah, I get that, but I the fact that no one sort of really sort of called her on it, or she did. They could have had the same where she had to go to an STD clinic or something like that, and then she would have gone like, "Oh, I better stop slagging it about," you know. But
well, she probably did after. It probably, I think it's sort of, yeah, I think when she ends up, she's sitting in the park.
Yeah.
She's not dressed as she was, all sort of zany.
She's sort of, yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. She sort of finds herself in the end, it seems. It's like she's suddenly she's changed.
Maybe. But
that's what I think. Me too. I think she ends up, it's what happened to her.
Yeah.
And,
she just sort of had no sort of value for her life, sort of thing, and she was just sort of like flitting around, getting drunk, sleeping around, and she wasn't happy. Like a lot of people that do that, they're just sort of damaged, and they're sort of just floating around doing stuff like that. But at the end, it seems that she does suddenly sort of get a sense of herself again, and she's sort of like she changes, like, and then their family come close again because her sister she sort of falls out with, but then her sister gets pulled in because she's a lesbian, and I like, was it the mum says, because I like that lesbian cake you make, or something like that. But so like the family all come together.
What is rude? Why? Why is rude? I am being nice to Elba, your girlfriend. What I say? Nothing. Katerina,
Yes.
before we eat lesbian pudding?
Yeah.
Mom! What?
The film also stars, I say stars, got cameos of Rob Delaney from Deadpool and Wolverine and Peter Serafinovich, who's in Shaun of the Dead.
Okay.
Because they were judges when she goes to do the ice skating thing. She was a bit crap. Did you know Tom's reflection can't be seen in anything?
No.
Yeah.
I think I read that. I think I heard about that part.
You got any other facts?
Yes. It was filmed in London in order to avoid crowds. It was mostly filmed around about 2 o'clock in the morning. A lot of the outside bits, the London parts. And George Michael used to work at a homeless shelter anonymously.
Oh.
So, and yeah, as I said earlier, Emma Thompson, she started writing this in 2010. So it took her like 9 years to do it.
Oh.
She's like, yeah, didn't she, Charles?
Yeah.
And also, Last Christmas became #1 on the 22nd of December 2023, 39 years later after it was released. The song. And it was also
just got to
it's just done it again, and they said first time ever
that's ever happened. The same song has been #1 twice consecutively.
Really?
Yeah.
What about White Christmas? Was that never?
No, not consecutive.
No, that was never won first. It was all played every year, but I don't think it was #1 every year.
I don't think they had charts back then, actually.
No,
when that first came out.
So what is it you like about the film or don't like about the film?
I don't like that she's pushing her agenda into an otherwise sweet story. It's a nice story about this slag girl who's stopped being a slag. I was trying not to be a slag. And, and you got the weird boy looking up all the time, and it turns out that he's dead and she took his heart. And, there is nice elements to it, but it just, her fingerprint on it was saying, "Oh, look how evil you are for Brexit, and look how evil people are." And you think, get off your soapbox, love. You ain't really made a difference. Brexit weren't as bad as what you thought it was going to be. Yeah. And you doing an impression of an Eastern European when you're not Eastern European is more offensive than anything else that's in the film.
But I know it's ticking boxes. It's like, we've got to have a lesbian, we've got to have someone disabled, we've got to have there's the box ticking part of it. Yeah. And I do see that about
every relationship.
That winds me up. That does wind me up. But I still like the film.
Yeah, but then everything these days.
No, exactly. So I suppose it's really
so it's of the time, isn't it?
Of the days we're living in. Not that you have to necessarily like it, but even still, after all of that, I still like the film.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind the film. It's not a favourite of mine. If like it comes to Christmas time and I said to Mum, "Oh, let's put a Christmas film on," and it was her turn to pick and she picked Last Christmas, I'd be like, "Okay, let's watch it then." And I'd tolerate it the same as she would tolerate.
So you really didn't like it?
I did say that. I said it's okay.
So what would you think would have made it better?
Well, if you cut out all of that stuff that I mentioned, if it stopped being like the scene on the bus was unnecessary. That's really ramming it home.
With a white bloke having a go at the
go back to your own country, or whatever he's saying. And it's like that doesn't happen. As a bus driver, I can tell you that doesn't happen. Yeah. So it's tosh, and it's so out of place for this film. If you want to do a film about that, make a film about that. Don't she's trying to show off too much. At first she had this good idea that I'll do a Christmas song inspired by George Michael's song. I'll do a Christmas film inspired by Last Christmas, and this is the crux of the story. This is what happened, and she's got really excited.
And that's a lovely twist. I think she's got his heart.
Yeah. But when did Brexit happen?
That's probably around about that time, not long before that or after.
Right. Well, if her script development was quite early, then what's happened as it's gone along? She's got outraged by it. And she can't help but go back through her script and add these bits. They felt like they was added. Yeah. They felt like those scenes where it's got like the mum all upset. They hate us. And the man on the bus, it's like they've been crowbarred into a film where they don't belong, really. You know, it's a Christmas film.
Yeah.
It's not a look at yourself in the mirror film. No, you scumbag.
But it could have been. I think if you're taking all the wokey stuff out of it, it would have been a classic, and it would have been because it's got a really good story to it, and it would have been just tweaking a lot of that rubbishy stuff out of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like I love the film. I think it's a good film, and I did enjoy it, and it made me cry. So obviously, like, it touched me, yeah, and I didn't see it coming.
Where did it touch you?
We'll show me on that goal. It touched me here, and it touched me here.
And did it touch you, Mum?
Yeah.
The film, did it make you cry?
Yes.
Doesn't make me cry.
He's the only star that you've ever cried about, though, isn't it? When he died.
Oh yeah.
She was like, because whenever she
you
says
phoned up to tell her. I thought, Ben, couldn't you left it till Boxing Day?
If someone would have told her, I thought she would have known. Like,
she was asleep in front of the telly by that point. It was 7 in the evening. She's like, me and Lily were throwing like rappers in her mouth.
But I know it was like he's the only star that's when they've died, and I've listened to.
Look for. I was like, we weren't really.
No, he's the only star that when he died. When he died, I listened. It actually teared me up listening to some of his songs. You know, like Listening Without Prejudice and things like that, and all them the words because he sings the word like you listen to the words in the songs when he sings them. Like it's a story he's singing.
Yeah, I think he's really sort of underrated as a lyricist.
Yeah.
Everyone, you know, he writes great songs, but also the lyrics, if you look at them specifically, but people don't tend to concentrate on them because
I think they do now. I think people do now. I think people actually notice him, appreciate him a lot more now than they did when he was alive.
What it's similar to is Prince is an amazing guitarist. He's one of the best guitarists ever. But people ignore that or they forget that because he's so good at other things. I think George Michael's one of the best lyricists this country's ever had.
And an amazing singing
voice. People forget that because of things like that, because of other...
Yeah, his range is amazing. Like, I see in that Last Christmas thing, there was a thing I see on TikTok, and they played his vocals for Last Christmas, just acoustic.
Autistic.
No, acoustically. And it's amazing, his voice. It doesn't break at all. It's like, and he goes, all these pitches, he's like Whitney Houston, her voice was amazing. His was just equally as good. He's fantastic. I loved it. I'd say he's probably one of my best, if not my best musician. My best like solo artist, definitely, yeah.
Where can I feel you?
Because I'm a part of you. Take care of my heart.
I promise.
It was always going to be yours one way or another.
So ultimately, I love the film. You love the film.
The film, yeah.
And I wipe my bum with it.
Oh, okay.
Stop giving me dirty looks. She don't like the stuff that I watch. So she...
Yeah, but I don't say things like that.
You've offended me. Listen, I like George Michael.
Yeah,
and I like Emilia Clarke. And this film, I think there's a good film there. It's just as it is at the moment. I'd love to be able to re-edit it. I'd like it. But all the stuff I'm sure there's loads of stuff that's
you may find, if you remember, you went back looking on a script of yours and you said how you had to update it because how opinions have changed. So possibly 5-10 years down the line, this won't be so woke. This will be of its time then.
Yeah.
And then you'll like it.
Yeah.
It would become better than It's a Wonderful Life for you.
It could be, because things could get so ultra woke in the future that they'll look at this and go, oh, look at that bigoted film.
Anyway.
I can't wait for the future.
Right. IMDb, this got 6.5 out of 10.
Generous.
What's
that you look for?
Rotten Tomatoes, it got 46% by the critics. But 81% by the audience. So the audience.
So the audience is who it counts about, not the critic.
Yeah, I think they haven't checked if your lights on there. The budget was between 25 to 30 million, and it made 123.4 million.
Okay, so it's
a good return.
Good investment.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Decent return, yeah.
Very good. But yeah, I like the film. It's a nice. I think it will get more popular as the years go on as well. I think
maybe this is the thing. It's still quite a newish film, isn't it? And it'd be interesting to see how well it ages, because it might be one of those things that in a few years' time I watch it and go, "Oh, I quite like this film now," you know. And as I said, as it is at the moment, I know I'm joking and slagging it off. It's not a bad film.
No,
you know, probably better than any film I've made, because I ain't made any. So.
You have, but they've just not gone anywhere.
Yeah, no, but this is it.
I like this. I think it's a really good story. I love the fact that I didn't see it coming, because usually I can suss something out. I did not see. I knew there was something with the bloke. I just couldn't figure out what it was. I know there was definitely something not right. There was something it was going to turn out to be something happened like that. I didn't see that coming, and the fact that she's got his heart, and that's what it is. So that's why. So he's part of her, and it's just like, and then you go all the flashbacks of her past. Like in the skating ring and all that other kind of stuff, you know, and you sort of say she's on her own.
Maybe he met up with her because she was going
off
astray.
the rails, yeah.
He met up with her to like
help her get
and he's given her his heart. I think it's a lovely story. I do like the story, and it does make me laugh, certain bits of it. Yeah, there's some funny bits in it.
There's, as I said, I'm only joking now. I'm driving it. It's not the worst film. And as you know, out of the 99 podcasts that we've done now, it's probably 96th.
Is that including the specials, like the ones that you're just talking about, sort of like best ofs?
No, but the best ofs. That's what I'm saying. The films in the best ofs are, by definition, brilliant films.
Yeah.
So that I know
some of them are. I mean, some of the ones we've done, I'm like, a bit questionable. What we've done that for when we've got so many more films to do? I've got a massive list of films.
I think it's as good as it could be. Probably would have been better if George had been around to have a bit of input into it.
He would have been in it, wouldn't he? Because George
Michael. I thought he was talking about our brother George.
No, whenever she talks about her George, she talks about George Michael, not her son George. When she goes, "Yeah, my George," she goes, "Not my son George, my George," meaning George Michael. But yeah, no, it's, as I say, he would have definitely had a cameo in it. Because Andrew Ridgeley's in it, isn't he, at the end?
Yeah.
He's in the audience.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, so we liked it. Well, two of us did. One of them...
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3
ain't bad,
as the song says. So, thank you very much for listening. And what is it next week, Charles?
Next week, because it's our 100th podcast, we're going to do a compilation of all the podcasts before that. Like a little clip from each one, just to sort of recap some of our best bits, some of the best interesting facts, and some of the funniest moments and stuff, just to see off the year.
Okay, nice one. All right, well, thank you very much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next year.
Bye-bye. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Look up.